So, I come home and there's a note on the door, and the nerd's staring at me like the police left a note or something. I'm like, what's the problem? She's like, it says we have to evacuate on the thing. And I go, who said that? And she goes, the landlord. And I said, get the fuck out of here. And she comes, she sees me, and she says, over the fence, like, home improvement. She's like, did you get my note on your door? And I go, well, I said, no, bitch, how do you think? No, I walked right by it. She goes, you guys got to evacuate. You're going to have to go to a school or something. I said, I'm not going anywhere. Number one, the Holy Spirit didn't tell me to go anywhere. Number two, my animals come sink or swim, Hurricane Katrina times 10. I'll die here. You know what I mean? Like, I'll send her somewhere and I'll watch the animals. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not... Yeah, I'm going to leave my dog in the house to drown, and the roof comes ripping off. Whatever happens, sink or swim, I can tell you this, I'm not even saying this to sound like a tough guy. I was made for shit like this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about... I feel like when God told David about Goliath, just get a couple rocks and knock that dude upside the head. Just like that. You know what I mean? Like, whatever's coming this way, I'm going to walk through it. I don't even care if it's like the movie The Road, where all the trees are falling down at the end and he's with his son. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I'm being a little bit dramatic, but anyways, I also wanted to say I had the best night's sleep tonight, and today's podcast is sponsored by cannabis. It's a plant that God gave us to get us dependent on other drugs. It's a gateway drug. No, I'm just kidding. The gateway drug is humans, okay? Humans are the gateway drug, okay? You try something, you go, I wonder what this is like. I wonder what that's like. And then you find something you like and you do what I did. Get bald and fat quick as fuck. Anyways, so I smoked some weed last night, cannabis. It's not weed, but, and I'm telling you, I had the best night's sleep. I woke up this morning, whizzed right by the nerd. She was still doing the robot, like all crunched over and hunched over like some fucking gangly bitch in the morning. I always talk about you in here. She's been really fucking just really mean to me in the morning, and I'm just tired of it, and I'm going to call my parents or her parents or somebody. But if I did this to her, she'd be on Facebook saying, I'm moving out. I hate him. Yeah, she's pretty and shit, and that's why you guys don't believe me, but she's usually cool in the morning, but it's getting harder for her to warm up to me in the morning. I don't know, I think she sees how fat and happy I am, and I think it just, you see somebody that's happy and you just get fucking annoyed with them right away. You're like, oh, this fucking happy motherfucker.
This jolly fuck.
Who's this jolly fuck? And plus I make up a new name for her every morning, like Magdalene, Maggie, Meredith, Betsy, all kinds of shit, Beatrice, especially during sex. That way, in case I'm cheating, I can say something that's just, I've programmed her already. She's thinking about that, like, oh my God, what if that's real? I'm just making sure my butt doesn't show in this video in the mirror, because I'm doing what I do. Walking around the house naked. I don't give a fuck, okay? Why put clothes on? I'm going to the kitchen. Was there people in there that I don't know? I come out of my house, 12 o'clock last night, 12:47 to be exact. 2 tweakers are standing in my driveway at the end of the road. And they're just completely, on the phone, waiting to get drugs or whatever the fuck tweakers do, break into shit. And I go, hey, you're setting off my motion alarm on my camera, and you're making my dog a little antsy, and he's got to come outside to use the bathroom, and he's like a pit bull, and I can't guarantee that he's not going to hop the fence when he sees 2 shadowy figures in black that look like intruders. I'm just saying they're kind of like programmed to fucking murder you. So I'm just saying he's big, and I'm not going to be able to, they just go, I went to a house today. Guy dumped a whole bunch of fucking bullshit on the side of this house, which is in the front of this younger girl's house who's 30-something. She's nervous about the hurricane and all this debris fucking hitting her windows. She paid $400 to get this shit removed. And I'm telling you, it took every ounce of energy when I knocked on his door. I literally almost said, you guys know I'll say it, so I don't give a fuck. But I almost said, are you okay with this young girl paying for your fucking mess over here on the side of the house? You know what I mean? You fat sloppy fuck. You're gonna let some kid clean up after you and your wife's remodeling job, and you're just gonna throw that shit so she can see it every day with her clean ass house? You know what I mean? But I was like, no, don't use all your power up points on this retard. You know, so I didn't. So this is our old mattress. We have not moved it yet. It's a trailer. We're keeping shit. You know what I mean? That's what you do in a trailer. That's the sex light. It's a cat. Can't really see it. That's the person I sleep with. That's not all that's been correct. I got new rules about sex now that I'm older. Like, not necessarily sex before marriage. Like, that's one of the main important ones, so we don't do it. But if we do, never before work. It's just too much for me. Never before the gym. We might rough it up a little bit, maybe once or twice in our career in the morning, maybe a couple times. Yeah. You might remember our first love-making conquest was with mushrooms. That's kind of weird. It's funny, though. It's cool. It's a good story. Remember the first, Mom and Dad, you remember the first time you guys, hooked up? Yeah, we were taking mushrooms. And then me and your mom fell in love. And then I cried afterwards. True story, but we're not going there. That's for people that already watched this a long time ago. Bonus round. Anyways, weed helps you sleep. If you can't tell, it also makes you talk a lot about shit that you just... there's no real fucking rhyme or reason to. You know what I mean? Why don't you take off your clothes and we'll finish this video. You got anything you want to say? Come here, nerd. The nerd's a little nerdy about this fucking hurricane. You got us a couple words?
It's just going to be a lot of rain. And there's no water anywhere.
I don't even know what that means. It's going to be a lot of rain and there's no water anywhere?
Just a bunch of rain and people have bought all the water in existence.
Oh, that kind of water.
Yes.
I was like, well, if it's rain,
Just saying, it's ironic.
Never clarify shit. She just doesn't. She just expects you, like I expect her. I'll be like, hey, can you get me some water? Cold water? And she'll bring me tap water. And I'll go, that's not cold water. Well, you didn't tell me water from the fridge. I'm just like, bitch, figure it the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, I got a fucking refrigerator in here with a bunch of bottles of water. The tap is cold. This is cold. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just tired of babysitting all that. Just listen, we got to make it through this hurricane. New changes are coming this way. All right.